Hello, welcome to today's video. My name is Xavier. This is Tech Xavier, where I help you go further in tech. In today's video, I want to basically give an accounting for where I've been for the last 7 months and share some insights with you and some plans that I have going forward with my tech journey and the channel. So let's go ahead and get right into it.
Dear me, 3 to 6 months. Watch how I make you proud.
All right. So the simple answer to where I've been for the last 7 months has been drowning in work. Not all the full 7 months, but for a good portion of the time, there's been a lot of changes going on and a lot of excitement too around ServiceNow. And with that, it's just a lot more work and coordinating things, executing on stuff, balancing personal life. And yeah, I didn't really see a spot for content creation then. Although I kept telling myself tomorrow, 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 and tomorrow turned into 7 months. So you see how that went. But I have a plan for how to deal with that. In fact, you're kind of a guinea pig on this plan right now because this was actually filmed a week ago. So simply batching my videos will allow me to get them out on a more consistent cadence. I have weekends and a few days in the week where I can do some editing with enough time. I don't do a lot of crazy edits with my videos anyway, so that works out. But yeah, work has been working, and I have also been dealing with a new kind of framework, which is CSDM. And I'm sure those of you who do ITOM or do system administration understand the complexities and somewhat contradictory or what feels like contradictory statements within CSDM. And CSDM is a common service data model. It's basically how you model your data for ServiceNow. And I didn't mean to do that, but this is a good segue into what I was talking about. So CSDM has been kicking my butt. And so I've been focusing on getting back into doing more professional development around understanding the platform and understanding that framework and how to transition our data in there. Now, with that, I decided that I need to get back into the certification game a little bit, and that's what you see here on my left, right? And essentially, I went back and got two certifications. So I got the CIS ITSM, so that's the Certified Implementation Specialist for IT Service Management, and I also got the CIS SAM, which is the Certified Implementation Specialist for Software Asset Management. And I kind of surprised myself on this one. Now, when I studied for the CSA exam, for the system administrator exam, I spent like 13 or 14, well, maybe 13 days or so studying a particular way. And I spent a lot of hours trying to really get a deep knowledge of the platform. And I did all that just to end up at 24 hours beforehand finding a paid resource online that was like an exam prep. The questions were a little weird, but it allowed me to get some drill and kill under my belt. And I just started memorizing stuff. And I was literally like up to an hour before I took my test. I took my test, and a lot of things that I didn't see when I was studying, I ended up seeing on the exam tool that I used. Now, that was an okay tool. And fortunately, I had the experience of going through the implementation at the same time. So there was that too. But then I tried the traditional method again for ITSM, and it just didn't stick either. Now, this was ITSM is a little easier for me because I have experience implementing it. So it wasn't too foreign to me, but I felt exhausted after I was studying for hours and hours trying to go through the ebook and then trying to go through the labs and stuff like that. I felt like I wasn't getting what I needed for the exam. Not to say it wasn't there. It's just because I was so busy with other stuff, I wasn't giving my full attention to the reading materials and videos. So I went on Quizlet and I found some tools there. I used that to study and I felt really confident. So I took the test like right away and I passed it. And it felt like I knew the content. And so I said, let me check this out with something I'm not as experienced with. And I did that with SAM, Software Asset Management, which I have not implemented. I have not really used any of the tools, but I learned all I could about allocations and all that good stuff. And come to find out, I studied it on like a Monday and I was ready to take my test that Saturday. And that blew my mind and I passed it. So I have those two certifications on my belt. And in terms of my full goal, which is to qualify for the CTA program, I'm in good standing. All I need to do is pass this one, and I technically qualify from a certification standpoint for the technical architect program. I will say though, from my time working in the platform, I think I'm going to wait maybe until the end of 2025 or beginning of 2026, somewhere there to actually embark on the program because there's still so much that I need to learn. And I'm way more aware of that. I kind of underestimated it before. I figured, this is easy. It's low code, no code, that kind of stuff. But there's still a lot to really understand. And architecture is a big deal. And so I want to make sure that when I go in there, I have a good amount of foundational knowledge, experience, and the respect for the program. Now, I have a crazy idea that I want to share with you really quick. And that is that I think I'm going to do an exam a week. So I have a lot of learning credits and vouchers. Well, actually, I'm sorry. I have a lot of vouchers that were paid and also supplied by work, and I don't want them to expire. And so I set myself up for a very ambitious goal, which is to really just get a certification a week. And I know that for the ServiceNow purists, this is probably not something that you would recommend. Heck, I don't even recommend it for myself in terms of long-term knowledge, but just to get the thing done, this is the way I'm going about it. And I think about it like when I got my degree. I sped through as much of the information I could. I did the work, so I had to do the work in order to at least pass the classes. And it wasn't until like I returned or until I finished my degree, started having meetings, started doing certain work that I was actually applying what I learned. There's no way that I can just do an exam and through osmosis have the experience of a 10-year seasoned vet in that area. But I think having the certification on my belt gives me that exposure that I like. And the memorization of so many terms and concepts allows me to feel more equipped for uh, doing more deep level work. So again, not the best approach, but this approach is what's going to work for me. I don't want my money to go to waste from having purchased these vouchers, and I just want to have that checked off so that I can get back into deep work and take some time to understand the fundamentals and the underlying principles or frameworks that support some of these implementation best practices and ServiceNow methodology. So that's that, and this is going to take me all the way through the new year, so the first week of 2025 in January. So I'll keep you updated on how this goes. Hopefully, I don't have to do a lot of retakes, and I just find success with this process. So that's where I've been. Those are my updates. And before I close out, I just want to say thank you for watching my channel. I've been getting a lot of support. I actually have to run a little bit because I have a meeting with someone who had some questions, that reached out to me through like TikTok. So I've been meeting a lot of great people, and the real fun part about this is that people like you that are watching have resonated with this content because they want to share their journey. So I will tell you that if you want to start, just start now. Start with a problem, start with a passion, start with studying, start with how you do note taking, whatever it is, just start. And there's someone who is going to connect with that information and you're going to help them out a lot. So that said, this tech journey is not the easiest, and it's comes with all kind of ups and downs, but the key is to not be hard on yourself, but work hard on yourself. And working hard on yourself sometimes looks like a apology, crazy contemplation video 7 months later after you've been away from YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn and everywhere else. So that's it. Thank you for watching. My name is Xavier. This is Tech Xavier, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
Dear me, 3 to 6 months. Watch how I make you proud.